A very good morning, students. In previous video we have gone through the poem, that is 3.3 Daffodils, and I want to remind you the name of the poet of this poem is William Wordsworth. What is the name of the poet? William Wordsworth. And students, we have completed first stanza, that I have explained you the first stanza, and I want to repeat this again. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Now students, here you can see I is given in the very first line. Means the poem is starting with this I. I is using here for speaker. Now who is the speaker? Poet. And as I said, the name of the poet is William Wordsworth. Now in previous video I have said you everything about the poet, about William Wordsworth, that William Wordsworth is the biggest romantic poets, and when we are using the words romantic here, it means what? That he used commonplace language, that is the language that you and I speak normally, in order to express it in poetry, so that the common man and woman, that is, we can understand easily, in a smooth way we can understand the poem. He was also a great lover of nature. That's why the name of the poem he has given is what? Daffodils. So by the name we can understand that he was a great lover of nature, and that's what we find in many of his poems, especially in this poem called Daffodils. Okay, now students, here see the first line. As I said you earlier also, that I here is for speaker, that is for the poet William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Wandered means what? Walking. Okay, so he was walking lonely, means he was walking alone as a cloud. Now he is taking himself as a cloud, so he was walking lonely that floats on high over vales and hills. Floats means move slowly in the air. So as we know that clouds move from one place to another in the sky, so he himself, the poet himself, is taking as a cloud. He himself is a cloud now, and he is floating on high, means he is walking high over vales and hills. Over vales means valleys, and hills means mountain. When all at once I saw a crowd. He saw a crowd at once, and a host of golden daffodils. A host means a large number of golden daffodils, that is golden yellow daffodils he saw, beside the lake, beneath the trees. He saw that golden daffodils beside the lake and under the trees. Why here beneath the trees we are using beneath, meaning student, the meaning of beneath is under. So he has saw what? Daffodils, that golden yellow daffodils under the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Fluttering means moving lightly and also quickly. It is dancing and moving in the breeze. Breeze means a light wind. In a light wind it is dancing. Now till here we have completed. Let's continue with the second stanza. In second stanza it is given that continues as the stars that shine and twinkle in the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Now continues as the stars that shine. It was there like star continuously shines at night. Likewise, that daffodils, that golden yellow daffodils are there. It is continuously shining over there, and it seems like that it is twinkling over there in the Milky Way. Okay, Milky Way here it is using here for the sky. So it seems like that the daffodils, it seems like that it is present in the sky and it is twinkling like stars. It is shining like stars. And stretched in never ending line means there is no end of this daffodils, that there is no end of this daffodils, never ending line along the margin of a bay. Bay here is used for part of a large lake enclosed by a wide curve of the shore. So in the shore the daffodils are present. 10,000 saw I at a glance. At a glance means within a look, with one look. The poet, that is I here is for the poet William Wordsworth, has seen within a look 10,000 daffodils. It means more than 10,000 we can say. Tossing their heads. Now the situation means we can say tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Tossing means moving from side to side or up and down. Their heads. There is used here for what, students? Daffodils. For the flowers. Their heads in sprightly dance means, sprightly means lively and full of energy. It seems like that in full of energy the flowers are dancing over there in the breeze. Breeze means in a light wind it is dancing. Now let's come to the next paragraph. Okay, here you can see the next one. It is given that the waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. The waves beside them danced. The waves are there as it is present beside the lake. So the waves are also there. So the waves beside the daffodils, they were dancing, they were fluttering and dancing, as we have learned in the first stanza that it was fluttering and dancing in the breeze. So the waves beside them danced. Daffodils were also dancing and fluttering, moving quickly, and with them the waves were also danced. But they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. Glee here, outdid means did better than. Here the comparison is done. The comparison is done between the waves and the daffodils, that the waves are also dancing and daffodils are also dancing. But if we look at both of them, we can't move our eyes from daffodils, as the color of the daffodils is golden yellow color and the sight is there mesmerizing the poet. So but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. Glee means feeling of great delight. The happiness there means after looking all these, what the poet is feeling? The poet is feeling very much delight. It means the feeling of great delightment. A poet could not but be gay. He can think of nothing but only happiness after looking the sight, the scenery of that daffodils with the waves and the lakes over there. He was filled with joy and happiness. In such a jocund company, jocund here, cheerful company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought. I gazed. Gazed means looked long and steadily with surprise and admiration. Means continuously he was looking to the sight, that what he was watching, the sight he was watching there is very much remarkable, we can say. It was very much beautiful, wonderful, so that he was not able to move the eyes from the daffodils and the scenery over there. But little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. Now he is thinking that after looking to all this, the poet, he is thinking means the poet is thinking that what kind of wealth I am gaining, what kind of the values I am gaining with this. The show to me had brought. As students, before starting this stanza, means first stanza, I told you about that in all he wanted to say to spend the time with nature. So, in all we can say that he was feeling very happy. The William Wordsworth, the poet here, the speaker here, he was feeling very happy and he was thinking about and telling about the nature, that the nature has the power to heal the situation. To heal the situation means if one is going through or feeling low, you just go and try to spend time with this kind of wonderful flowers. Means if you have garden nearby your home, you just go and sit there and spend time with the nature. Even the wonderful flowers which can actually lift up your spirits. Now in previous video I have said this, that I recommend you all that whenever you are feeling low or feeling sad, just go into a garden and try to spend 5 to 10 minutes. This is enough to spend with the nature, with the garden, and look at all those greenery and those flowers which are very beautiful, which can heal, which has the power to heal your sadness. So you will get a lot of positiveness in yourself after spending the time with nature. So here also the poet has got all these kind of spirit, positiveness. Now here the last stanza, see students, here it is given. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Now here students, in the first line, for oft, O-F-T, oft, it means often. When on my couch I lie, I is here for the poet, and here you can see when William Wordsworth, here he is the poet. Now when William Wordsworth, he used to lie on his couch very oftenly, every time means whenever he used to lie on his couch in vacant or in pensive mood. Here pensive means sad mood, whenever he was in sad mood. As I said that whenever if you are feeling low, you should go to garden, or even the imagination if you will create within yourself now, you will feel a kind of happiness, a positiveness you will feel after thinking about this sight. So he is telling that oftenly whenever he used to lie on his couch in vacant or in pensive mood, whenever he used to be in sad mood, they flash upon that inward eye. It means the imagination in minds every time whenever he is in sad mood, they flash upon. They here is for daffodils and the lake, the sight, the scenery, whatever he has mentioned over here in first, second, and third stanza. So they flash upon that inward eye. The imagination started, which is the bliss of solitude. The bliss of solitude, here it is for great joy. Bliss means great joy, means while thinking, while creating the imagination only, he used to feel the happiness. So bliss of solitude, the happiness, man's imagination here, students, which is the bliss of solitude. It means man's imagination becomes most active when one is alone and has no companion with him. Then the happy moments of his past life flash across his mind and fill him with deep joy. So here the things is given that whenever he used to sad, just he used to lie on his couch and everything. The imagination becomes most active when he used to be alone and no company, without his company. Then he used to think about the past moment, that whatever he has gone through, the sight, the scenery that flash across his mind and that make him happy. And then my heart with pleasure feels, means he used to feel happy after thinking about the sight, and dances with the daffodils. Now he is himself thinking that he is dancing with the golden flowers, and that is the daffodils. Now students, here the poet is the William Wordsworth, as we know. So we have completed this poem. Hope you all have understand. Thank you students.